If you're a Gemini, let me start with a line that makes 2026 easy to picture. This year feels like you're upgrading your operating system. It's such a Gemini vibe. Everything runs faster, your mind feels brighter, ideas keep popping in, you meet new people more often, and more doors seem to open. But every upgrade comes with that very familiar scene. Too many tabs open, and the whole thing freezes. And honestly, Gemini is the undisputed champion of opening tabs in the Zodiac. Think about it. One tab is work. One tab is love. One tab is that side project you dreamed up last night. One tab is the course you saved, haven't watched a single lesson, but you still fully believe will start next week. One tab is messages you haven't replied to, sitting there making you feel guilty. And then there's the Gemini specialty tab, overthinking the future. Should I go this way or that way? Which environment suits me? What am I missing? Am I falling behind? 2026 isn't asking you to be less smart. It's asking you to be smart in a more sustainable way. Still quick, still sharp, still flexible, but less scattered. Less doing one thing while thinking about 5 other things. Less dragging yourself into overload. If I had to wrap Gemini's 2026 into one easy sentence, it would be: change your mindset, change your community, and change your discipline. Sounds like 3 simple changes, but they're basically 3 keys that help you not only do well, but level up. Change your mindset means you stop chasing information and start chasing what's useful. Gemini is powerful because you pick things up fast, you learn fast, you connect dots fast. But if that strength doesn't come with a filter, you end up consuming too much every day. You consume, you get tired. You get tired, you get snappy. You get snappy, you blame yourself. 2026 reminds you of something simple. Not everything you know makes you stronger. Some things you know only make you more anxious. This year, you win if you can choose what's worth learning, worth reading, worth listening to, and just as important, you learn to ignore what doesn't matter. Change your community means the right people automatically pull you up a level. Gemini thrives in environments with exchange, learning, projects, momentum on time. The more you're in the right circle, the more you expand. But if you're in the wrong one, your energy drains fast. 2026 is a choose your field year. Pick the right field, and you shine hard. Pick the wrong field and you're still talented, just talented while exhausted. And life doesn't need you to be great in exhaustion. Life needs you to be great in comfort, in stability. Change your discipline is the part Gemini usually avoids, but it's also the part that saves you. Discipline here doesn't mean turning into a dry, boring person. It means consistency, not intensity. Gemini can explode with productivity in one day, doing what others do in 3. Then the next day your mood drops, energy dips, and the rhythm breaks. In 2026, you don't need to try harder. You need to try steadier. A steady rhythm gives you something Gemini desperately needs. The feeling of control, the feeling that I'm moving forward, not I sprinted and then stop. Before we go deeper, let me explain a few astrology terms in plain, everyday language so even first-timers can follow. In astrology, planets form aspects with each other. Basically, how are the planets talking, smooth or tense, easy or demanding, flowing or requiring effort? Trines and sextiles are supportive energies. Supportive doesn't mean you do nothing and still win. It means if you put in effort, results come easier, like the wind is behind you. You still pedal the bike, but it doesn't feel heavy. Squares and oppositions are tense energies. Tension feels annoying, but it forces growth, like a heavy workout at the gym. It hurts in the moment, but you get stronger after. Conjunctions are like turning up the amplifier. Everything gets intensified. Good becomes very good. Bad becomes very bad. So when a conjunction hits, awareness matters. Know what you're amplifying, discipline or emotions. Now for the year trailer, because Gemini is ruled by Mercury. And once Mercury is involved, there's one thing you must pay attention to in 2026. Mercury retrograde. In 2026, Mercury goes retrograde 3 times, and honestly, knowing the dates in advance is already half the win. February 26, March 21, June 30th, July 24th, October 24th, November 13th. A Gemini will probably grin and go, so a few communication glitches this year? Correct. Right. But it's not to scare you. It's to help you play smart. Mercury retrograde tends to bring very real-life stuff. Misunderstood texts, last-minute schedule changes, wrong file versions, signing the wrong detail, things getting delayed right as you're about to close. If you don't know it's coming, you get irritated and call the year unlucky. But if you do know, you flip the script. You use it to review, edit, and optimize your system. For Gemini, these 3 retrogrades are like 3 rounds of recalibrating how you operate, so you run smoother and stronger by the end of the year. Beyond Mercury, love has a major moment too. Venus retrograde from October 3 to November 14. Venus rules love, values, attraction, and even how you spend money and enjoy life. During Venus retrograde, a question often rises up: what do I actually want? Some people reconnect with an ex, or an old story returns. Some don't meet anyone at all, but their standards suddenly shift. Things you used to like don't feel attractive enough anymore. Things you used to ignore suddenly feel important. This isn't meant to confuse you. It's meant to help you redefine what love means to you, what kind of relationship you want, and where you place your self-worth. Mid-year, there's also an emotional peak, the full moon on July 29th. A full moon is like the crest of a wave. Emotions rise, truth becomes clearer, and whatever you've been avoiding floats to the surface. Around this time, many things demand closure: a decision, a relationship, a direction, or a truth you've been pretending not to see. For Gemini, this isn't just feelings. It's a signal. Okay, it's time to say it clearly. And on. From mid-year to late year, there are 2 long-running energies that can affect your daily rhythm and health. I'm telling you now so you won't feel lost when it happens. First, Neptune retrograde from July 7 to December 13. Neptune relates to inspiration, intuition, dreams, and also fog. When it retrogrades, you can swing between 2 states. 1, you become extremely sensitive and intuitive, picking up on everything. 2, you get tired more easily, drift off rhythm, and trust feelings too much without verifying. Gemini already has a fast mind. With Neptune retrograde and no grounding, you can float, carried by moods, assumptions, news cycles. So in this period, you need your filter and your routine even more. Second, Saturn retrograde from July 27 to December 11. Saturn is discipline, responsibility, boundaries, structure. During its retrograde, life tests you like this. You say you want stability, can you show up consistently? It's a foundation exam. People who keep a steady rhythm become stronger. People who chase motivation get worn out. For Gemini, this isn't something to fear. It's something to learn. Discipline doesn't kill your freedom. Discipline creates freedom. When you have rhythm, anxiety doesn't drag you around. So yes, 2026 isn't the kind of year where you sit still and magically get lucky. It's the kind of year where, if you choose the right thing to focus on, life starts unlocking itself. And Gemini is smart enough to do that. You just need less scattering, less self-induced overload, and a more system-based way of playing the game. Now let's get into what many people care about most: career. Because when work feels stable, Gemini worries less. Worry less, and love and health get easier too. In 2026, if you do one thing right in your career, your whole year shifts. Gemini works on inspiration and can feel so airborne. You can surge in a single day, solve things fast, speak brilliantly, see the core problem, connect the data, and suddenly the whole team moves with you. But airborne, without a runway, turns into disappearing. And 2026 is the year you build the runway. Not to slow down, so you can fly far without crashing. Here's a simple career truth for Gemini. The winning law is 3 words: skill, communication, community. You don't always need to be the best person in the room, but you're often the person who understands quickly, catches the point instantly, connects scattered info into a meaningful picture, and turns complexity into something people can actually use. That's a gift. The only trap is, Gemini is good at many things, so your energy spreads thin. You can do a lot, but nothing gets deep enough to become your signature. So what's the first step of Gemini 2026? Not doing more. It starts with a slightly uncomfortable but powerful question. If I could choose only one spearhead to level up in the first 6 months, what would it be? 1 chain. Not 3. Not upgrade skills, change jobs, build a side project, and start a new course. When Gemini chooses 3, you sprint, then you get tired, then you lose rhythm, then you blame yourself, then you want to switch directions again. In 2026, you win early if you choose one spearhead and take it all the way. At the start of the year, there's also a perfect timing for long-term reflection rather than proving yourself outwardly. Jupiter retrograde from January 1 to March 11. Jupiter is expansion and growth. When it retrogrades, it tells you, don't expand just because others are expanding. Don't chase the new thing because everyone says it's a trend. Expand based on what truly fits you and what can last. In plain words, early 2026 is for choosing the road, not flooring the gas. During this period, instead of rushing outward to grab opportunities, Gemini wins by doing 3 basic things, simple but high impact. First, recheck your career target. You need to know what you want to be great at, not what you want to try. If you're technical, which lane do you want to stand out in? If you're creative, what do you want people to remember you for? If you're in management, what type of problems are you strongest at solving? No need for fancy answers, just honest ones. Because unclear goals create chaotic schedules. Second, audit your hard skills and ask a brutally practical question. What actually increases my value? Not every skill you enjoy boosts your career. Some skills are for fun and exploration. The skills that increase your value usually have a sign. After learning them, you solve problems faster, produce clearer results, or make money more easily. Gemini 2026 is ideal for identifying your backbone skills versus accessory skills. Third, rebuild your schedule. Your schedule is basically your life. Gemini often gets dragged by the calendar. Someone messages, you respond instantly. Something pops up, you jump in. A new idea arrives, you open another tab. Messy schedule, messy life. So, Gemini needs a frame. Not to trap you, to protect your focus. And then right at the end of Gemini comes a classic test. You should know ahead of time. Mercury retrograde from February 26 to March 21. Misunderstandings, wrong schedules, late meetings, incorrect document versions, deals changing last minute, very likely. If you don't expect it, you'll think, why am I so unlucky? But if you do expect it, you use it to upgrade the system. The smartest Mercury retrograde strategy is clean the foundation, fix the workflow, not push speed. This is the perfect time for the unsexy tasks that save your entire year. Fix your file system, fix document naming, fix coordination and handoffs, fix how you communicate at work. Gemini is information-powered, so the moment you organize information better, life gets less exhausting. Here's a very practical Q&A checklist that makes life feel lighter, fast. 1. Time. Update your resume and portfolio. Less storytelling, more numbers, more outcomes. People don't need hardworking. They need value created. 2. Standardize documents, clear file names, correct folders, backups. 3. Clear the backlog. Finish unfinished tasks, don't drag them into the next quarter and turn them into mental debt. 4. Inhale. If you must sign or commit to something important, make 3 things crystal clear: scope, timeline, responsibility. Verbal agreements are easy. When things get tense, written clarity saves you. Money in 2026 follows a simple pattern. When your system is right, opportunities arrive. And you can start small with something very practical. Package your skills into deliverables. Don't just say, I can do it. Say, I can deliver this within this time, with this output. A report, a strategy deck, workflow optimization, specialized writing, hourly consulting, doesn't have to be huge. It just has to be clear. Clarity already puts you ahead of many people. And I want to close Q1 with a line for the moments you feel others are moving too fast. Q1 2026 doesn't demand Gemini to run fast. It demands Gemini to run in the right direction. Once you're pointed right, Q2 and Q3 become powerful because you have a system. And with a system, you can accelerate mid-year without flipping the car. You don't need endless luck. You need a foundation strong enough that when an opportunity comes, you don't panic, you take it properly. Moving into Q2 and Q3, you'll feel something very clearly. When I truly focus, I level up fast. If you built the base in Q&A, things start running smoother. Your words carry more weight, your work has rhythm, and your results show up more clearly. But in true Gemini fashion, right when things stabilize, the classic temptation appears, opening more tabs. You see something interesting and want to try it. You see something trending and want to jump. And then the thing that was going great suddenly slows. So here I'll talk about two things at once: how to accelerate and how to keep your rhythm. From May 6th to October 16th, there's a deep, peel the layers energy. In everyday language, it's like you finally look directly at the core thing that keeps you stuck. No more maybe it's just circumstances. Pluto pushes the truth. What is actually blocking you? Maybe it's procrastination. Maybe it's fear of failure, so you keep preparing but never execute. Maybe your environment no longer fits, but you stay because it feels safe. Maybe you're doing something for validation rather than for a path you truly want long-term. Pluto is not gentle. It doesn't comfort you. It's like a deep internal clean-out. Intense, yes, but it's a huge opportunity, because when you peel the right layer, you become lighter and stronger. So, Q2 is best used when you're willing to do two simple but difficult things for Gemini. First, cut what scatters you. Not everything, just the right things. Distraction rarely comes from big tasks. It comes from small interruptions, messages, unclear invitations, meetings that drag on without decisions, and your self-assigned duty to know everything. Q2 teaches you to say no, and to say it without over-explaining. Remember, every extra tab you open steals time from your most important tab. Second, choose one project that proves your real ability. Gemini is great with ideas and explaining. But to truly level up, you need something that convinces people even when you say nothing. Results. A measurable output, a product, a report, a system, a campaign, a model, a concrete achievement at work. People look at it and go, okay, this person can do it. Q2 and Q3 are perfect for building that kind of career asset. But before the mid-year peak, there's another major operational test. Mercury retrograde from June 30 to July 24. This is the one where many Geminis sigh at the daily life chaos. Why do tiny things keep breaking? Why do people hear the opposite of what I said? Why does the schedule change every minute? Why does everything get delayed when it was going so well? If you're not prepared, you'll feel blocked. If you are prepared, you'll treat it as an upgrade window, improve how you operate. During this retrograde, the smartest move isn't speed, it's quality. Use this time to do 4 things: close backlog, standardize process, write requirements clearly, and clarify responsibility. Close backlog. Finish what's unfinished, because mental debt drains energy without producing results. Standardize process. Fix what keeps causing rework, where files live, who owns what, how handovers work, who approves, who finalizes. Write requirements clearly. Stop relying on unspoken understanding. Mid-year demands clarity. Clarify responsibility. Who does what, by when, what the output is. If Gemini does these 4, you'll feel lighter immediately. and you'll actually work faster without forcing it. Right after this retrograde ends, there's a noteworthy late July cluster, July 28-29. It has a strong sudden change vibe. An opportunity may come quickly, an invitation, an idea, a new door, or a situation that forces fast decisions. Many Geminis may feel, I could shift direction, or I could upgrade my role. But fast opportunity usually comes with emotional risk. You might get triggered by a sentence, a tone, pressure, and if you react on instinct, you could ruin the opportunity yourself. So I call this phase smart acceleration. You take the opportunity, but you confirm in writing. You expand, but you don't gamble on emotion. You speak honestly, but you stay calm. Don't forget, Gemini can talk. But in 2026, you also need something even stronger, reliability. Talking well makes people like you. Delivering steadily makes people trust you. And trust brings opportunities that last, not opportunities that appear once and vanish. If you're a Gemini who wants to switch jobs, switch roles, or launch a personal project, Q2 and Q3 can be great for it. But do it with a plan, not impulsively. Impulse gives you quick hype and quick burnout. A plan gives you longevity, and longevity is what creates real jumps. Let me close this section with a reminder for every time you want to open another tab. Mid-years for acceleration. But Gemini's acceleration in 2026 must come with a system, not with emotion. When you keep the system, you enter the next part of the year with a totally different mindset. You're no longer chasing life, you're driving it. Now love. Gemini loves, with the mind more than people think. You're easily drawn in by a good conversation, by intelligence, by interesting perspectives, by someone who catches your frequency within a few sentences. And that's not wrong. Gemini is built to connect through words, ideas, quick wit. But 2026 teaches you something important. Great conversation doesn't always mean great long-term compatibility. Good talk can make your heart race. Long-term love needs other things too. Lifestyle rhythm, respect, consistency, and how you handle conflict. If I had to sum up Gemini love in 2026 with one word, I'd choose clear about needs, clear about boundaries, clear about commitment. Not because Gemini has to become stiff or cold, but the smarter you are, the more sensitive you are, the more options you have, the more exhausted you become if everything stays blurry. Clarity doesn't kill your sparkle. Clarity helps you keep your sparkle without crashing. In love, Gemini has 3 classic traps. Trap 1, ambiguity. You fear losing freedom, so you keep doors open, never stating what you want, never defining the relationship, never setting boundaries. You think that's comfortable, but when the door stays open too long, serious people stop stepping in. They don't know where they stand. They don't know if they're respected. And the ones who stay are often also ambiguous. Ambiguity meets ambiguity. Both sides guess, both sides overthink, and both sides get hurt. Trap 2, promising too fast. Gemini speaks beautifully in the moment. When you're excited, you can promise a lot: time, change, effort. But when it's time to follow through, you realize your rhythm isn't like that. You don't have that much time. You're not that stable yet. Then you feel guilty. Then you avoid. Then the other person gets confused. Suddenly, the relationship becomes tiring for no reason. 2026 gives you a simple rule: promise less, deliver more. A small, consistent action is worth more than a huge promise. Trap 3, arguing while hot. Gemini is fast in speech, logic, reaction. You can counter-argue in seconds, and sometimes you win the argument. But love isn't a debate tournament. Winning the argument and losing the person is not winning. 2026 asks you to learn a soft but powerful skill: pausing at the right time. A pause isn't running away. A pause is choosing not to say the thing you'll regret. And why does 2026 emphasize clear so much? Because the fourth quarter brings a big test. 2 major transits overlap, and create noise if you're not grounded. First, Venus retrograde, October 3, November 14. Old people or old stories can return. But it's not always destiny. Sometimes it's a test. Have you actually changed? Have you matured? Do you truly know what you want? Even if no one returns, your standards might shift. You start asking, do I love for a momentary thrill, or do I want to build something stable? What once felt irresistible may no longer be worth trading your peace. Second, Mercury retrograde, October 24th, November 13th. Communication gets messy, misunderstandings rise, and things involving agreements, plans, texts, and paperwork can glitch. And because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, you feel this strongly. One sentence can be misunderstood. One message without punctuation can come off cold. One silence can be interpreted as, "You don't love me anymore." So the golden rule for Gemini in this period: don't make big relationship decisions while emotion is pulling you. If you must decide after you've slept, eaten, and talked calmly. When you're hungry, sleep-deprived, and overloaded, Gemini reacts fast, but not always accurately. Respect your body first. Then, respect the relationship. If you're single, Q4 might tempt you to try again with an ex. It's not forbidden. But ask one honest question: what's different this time? Different because both of you are more mature, have clearer rhythms, clearer boundaries, clearer goals? Or different only because you're lonely, or you miss the familiar feeling? If nothing is truly different, it's not necessarily love. It's habit. And habits usually repeat the same cycle. If you're in a relationship, Q4 is actually a great time for a clear conversation. Not an interrogation, just a check-in so both of you know where you stand. You can use these 3 lines to keep the talk from turning into a war. On to run. I want to solve this, not win. And on. I'll speak about my feelings, not accuse you. 3, 1, 1. Let's agree on one concrete thing after this talk. Simple, but it keeps the conversation focused, purposeful, and completed. Also, from September 11 to the end of the year, Uranus goes retrograde. Uranus relates to change, surprise, shifting tastes, and a shifting sense of belonging. Many Geminis will realize they no longer fit certain people or environments, friend groups, dating scenes, relationship styles that used to feel fine. Suddenly you need something different. That's not bad. That's growth. You're choosing better, not choosing more. So here's my blunt love conclusion. Gemini in 2026 won't lack chances to love. You'll still be charming, magnetic, and you'll still meet people you click with mentally. But to love beautifully and lastingly, you need clarity and consistency, not intense charm followed by disappearing. 2026 isn't taking your freedom away. It's reminding you that real freedom is living by your values, stating what you need, and choosing a relationship where you don't have to guess every day. Now, health. Gemini has a very specific kind of exhaustion that people often don't notice. You don't get tired from physical heaviness. You get tired because your brain never gets to rest. Your body lies down, your eyes close, but your mind keeps running. Messages unanswered, tasks unfinished, a future that feels uncertain, someone's comment you can't stop replaying, a situation you didn't handle perfectly, and then one more loop. What should I do to fix it? Gemini is smart, so your mind moves fast. But if you don't learn how to turn it off at the right time, that speed becomes your biggest energy drain. In 2026, Gemini's health isn't only about eating or working out. It's about keeping a stable rhythm and keeping your nervous system calm. Because from mid-year to late year, 2 long energies affect your mental state, sleep, and daily energy levels. First, Neptune retrograde, July 7th, December 13th. You may become extremely sensitive and inspired, or you may feel low energy and foggy if your life has no routine. You'll feel like, not exactly sad, but not powered, not exactly bored, but nothing feels fully there. And the most dangerous pattern is, You consume more information to find answers. The more you consume, the more tangled your mind becomes. The more tangled your mind becomes, the more exhausted your body gets. So during Neptune retrograde, you need something simple, steady and clear. Steady rhythm in daily life, and clear boundaries for what you allow into your mind. Second, Saturn retrograde, July 27th, December 11th. Life tests you with one direct question. You want to feel healthy? Can you keep a rhythm? If you live on impulse, sleep whenever, eat whenever, work whenever, your body will respond fast, fatigue, low motivation, insomnia, tension, irritability. But if you keep a rhythm, you'll notice something interesting. You don't need extreme effort to feel better. Saturn retrograde favors people with foundations. So what should Gemini prioritize for health in 2026? 3 things: sleep, nervous system stability, and information detox. They're linked. Poor sleep makes your nervous system tense. A tense nervous system makes you consume information to self-soothe. Too much information makes sleep worse. That's the tired but still running loop bite. The fix doesn't need to be complicated. You don't need a total transformation in a week. You just need a minimal routine you can repeat. 3 habits, simple but powerful if you do them consistently. 1. Check messages and social media only twice a day. Outside those windows, work in time blocks. Gemini gets pulled by messages because you love interaction and responding. But every interruption costs energy to refocus. Repeat that all day, and you feel tired without understanding why. 2 windows are enough to stay connected without losing your rhythm. When you control messages, you control your mind. 2. Move for 20-30 minutes and sweat lightly. No need to destroy yourself. Gemini doesn't need crush workout. You need to discharge electricity. A brisk walk, a light run, basic movements, anything that warms you up and gets you sweating a bit. For Gemini, movement isn't just about looking good. It's nervous system release. Sometimes you don't need another answer. You need one walk. 3. 10 minutes of brain dumping before sleep. This saves people with a running mind. Write 3 lines. What I did well today. 1 priority for tomorrow. What I'm worried about and when I'll handle it. Putting it on paper moves the load out of your head. Your brain stops holding everything. And when your brain doesn't have to hold everything, your body can actually fall asleep. You can also use new moons and full moons as a reset button, not as superstition, just as a check-in point with yourself. For example, the new moon on July 14 is great for resetting your routine. No huge goals. Just, from today, I sleep a bit earlier. I work in blocks a bit more. I allow less noise in. And the full moon on July 29 is typically an emotional peak. You'll be more sensitive, more reactive. So your rule that day should be, sleep enough, eat enough, and avoid heavy arguments. If something needs to be said, say it when you're calm, not when you're sleep deprived. The surprising truth: Gemini recovers faster than you think. You don't need to outdo other people. You just need one thing: steady rhythm. Rhythm stabilizes the nervous system. A stable nervous system helps you focus. Focus makes work flow, love feel less chaotic, and opportunities open naturally. It all starts with something that seems small, your daily rhythm. And my practical health conclusion for Gemini in 2026: being healthy is winning. Because when you're healthy, you can focus. When you can focus, everything opens. And when you're healthy, you don't just do more, you choose better. For Gemini, choosing right is always more important than trying blindly. Now I'll close the video with the easiest, most usable framework for Gemini in 2026. Instead of remembering 1,000 complex things, use this simple structure. New moon UK, set an intention. Full moon UK, close, release, complete. Treat the new moon like a restart button and the full moon like a review button. Not superstition, just a consistent appointment with yourself so life has rhythm and Gemini's mind stops being dragged everywhere. Here are a few moon dates you can use as anchor points. January. Full moon on January 3rd, new moon on January 18th. July. New moon on July 14th, full moon on July 29th. October. New moon October 10th, full moon on October 26th. December. New moon on December 9th, full moon December 24th. You don't need to memorize everything. Just remember the principle. Every new moon, choose one small, clear, doable goal. Every full moon, look back, close one decision, or release one thing that no longer fits. Small goals are fine. Gemini is strongest when you're consistent, not when you burst and then disappear. And for the skeleton structure of retrogrades in 2026, let me group it into 4 clusters so you don't get overwhelmed. Mercury retrograde happens 3 times, late February, late June, late October. These are periods to be careful with communication, schedules, documents, contracts, and fast commitments. Not bad, but you need double-checking, confirmations, and clear writing. 2. Venus retrograde Octet 3, Nova 14, is about love, values, and spending enjoyment patterns. It can bring back old people or old stories. But the purpose isn't go back. The purpose is see clearly how you love, who you choose, where your self-worth is, and whether you spend based on emotion or a plan. 3. Neptune retrograde, Joule 7, Deck 13, and Saturn retrograde, Joule 27, Deck 11, are long and strongly affect energy, especially nervous system, sleep, and mental stability. If you live without discipline, you'll feel drained. If you keep rhythm, you'll feel stronger and healthier. Jupiter retrograde at the start and end of the year reminds you about long-term strategy. Jupiter is expansion. When it retrogrades, it asks, are you expanding in the right direction? It doesn't force you to stop. It forces you to think. Gemini needs that because you can run very fast. But if the road is wrong, running fast only makes you tired. So after hearing all that, what should Gemini actually keep as a simple takeaway? Here's a clear end-of-year checklist you can apply immediately. 3 goals to have in 2026. 1. One career spearhead. Choose one hard skill and practice it consistently for 90 days. Just 90 days. You don't need to commit to a full year. 3 steady months and you'll already change. 2. One love principle. 3 words. Clear, consistent, respectful. Clear about needs and boundaries. Consistent in actions. Respectful in speech and conflict. 3. One health discipline. Sleep a bit better, move a bit more consistently, and reduce information noise a bit more. Small, but it changes life quality. 3 things to avoid in 2026. 1. Holding too many things at once. Gemini is good at many, but too many breaks your rhythm. 2. Debating when you're heated. You might win the logic, but lose the relationship. 3. Free. Making fast promises without checking reality. Gemini, 2026, needs reliability. Promise less, deliver more. And finally, 3 closing lines for your when I'm overwhelmed moments. 1. You don't need to know everything. You need to know what's worth focusing on. 2. Why. You don't need to run the fastest. You need to run the steadiest. 3. You don't need many people. You need the right people. And now the soft ending to keep it interactive. If you're a Gemini, comment just one word. In 2026, what do you want to upgrade? Career, love, or health? Pick one word only, and treat it like a promise to yourself. Because 2026 doesn't need you to overwork. It needs you to choose right, keep a steady rhythm, and go all the way.